anybody in here? For March 30th, 2018, Episode 7. We're some guys who hung out together for a few years, then decided to start a podcast. We don't adhere to any format. We do interviews, social commentary, or any subject we think we can make a show. Designed to make you think and laugh. Email is anybodyinhere@gmail.com. Facebook is anybodyinhere podcast. Webpage is anybodyinhere.com. To support Is Anybody In Here, go to patreon.com and look up ZENYBODY in here. This show we discuss a New Orleans trip, local store gets robbed, and Adam calls in from Hawaii. Anyway, okay, so we got it now.
Damn, that is loud.
Is that loud? Okay.
Yeah.
I can turn it down a little bit. Let's see. Well, okay, is that better? Yeah, it was full blast on the computer, so that's probably was a problem.
Oh, yeah,
Does that sound better? Okay.
Yeah, that's much better.
Okay, and that way you talk loud to hear it. Yeah, just leave that one up.
No, I turned that one all the way down because it was so loud. Now
Yeah.
Adjust it.
Okay, as long as you're in the yellow, start talking.
What do you want me to talk about?
I don't know.
Your trip to New Orleans?
Yeah, we can talk about the trip to New Orleans.
What was that? What did you drop? You knocked something off?
Shit, not my
Phone?
not my hold it. It's not my phone. Let me find a damn battery.
Yeah. And so Kevin right now just knocked something off the table with his computer. It may or may not be his phone. Oh, it's his mouse. The mouse lost the battery. Too much wine, boy.
Yeah, that's probably a bad place to sit behind it. Okay.
Well, it's a good thing it's for $5 on
That's
Amazon.
right, it's only $5. I can play it for $5 left. We find a case, black piece of plastic. Anyway, we'll worry about it. Okay.
Yeah, I'll find it.
Somewhere.
That might have shot all the way across the floor.
Probably did, so I was thinking. Okay, we're back. Woo! Okay, let's see. This audio.
Then we're going to test the sounds.
Yeah, we can play the sounds if you want to.
Or do you want to talk about some time in New Orleans? You want to talk about that later?
I don't know. We can.
Kevin went to New Orleans this weekend. Adam's in Hawaii. Kevin went to New Orleans.
Yeah, it was a fun trip. Trying to think of something interesting that happened.
You had some good beer down there, didn't you?
Yeah, that's pretty good beer. We went to a brewery that did its own beer. It was off of, I don't know how to pronounce it. It starts with a T and a C. Tecolusa, something.
We'll just go with that.
It starts with a T and a C, which threw me off.
Is it in the French Quarter or?
Yeah, it's outside of the French
District?
Quarter. It's you pull out the garden ditch, it ride to the river, and it's on that stretch of road that rides along the river. And it's pretty good beer.
Sweet. They're pretty new.
Yeah, it must be a new place. I got me some, nothing major, just some boiled peanuts and
Bald peanuts.
boiled peanuts.
Bald peanuts.
That's right.
Bald
just,
peanuts.
Just drinking food. I asked if they had coffee. They said, hell no. And I said, okay, never mind. But you know how it is. When I come into your establishment, I always like a coffee and a beer. That's my usually, when I'm off work, that's my morning ritual, to have my coffee
And they
a
didn't
beer.
have coffee for
They
you?
didn't have coffee for me, man.
Just have to go to Cafe Du Monde.
I guess so. But they don't have beer, I don't think. But
No, they don't.
we didn't go to Cafe Du Monde this
But it's
time.
New Orleans.
Yeah, exactly.
So you could walk with your beer to Cafe Du
Oh,
Monde.
yeah. Speaking of beer, I got in the car. I didn't realize it till later, but went into a bar. And I got me a 16-ounce beer. So, I was drinking on my beer. And I had the beer for a while. And you can walk around with your beer. So I look on my beer glass. You know how you see those bottles like big-ass beer?
Yeah.
This said half-ass beer. I was like, damn. I look like a wimp. Walking around New Orleans with a bottle in a glass. I still got in the back of my vehicle. It says half-ass beer.
Well, you were walking around with a glass?
Well, it was a cup.
Okay,
Plastic cup.
yeah. Isn't that a great law?
That is
you
great.
can walk around, walk out of an establishment with your alcoholic beverage, walk
Yeah,
over to the
and
next one.
It helps when you're creatively helping minors drink. I'm not going. I'll leave it back because I'm breaking.
It's a great place for minors to go to if they have older friends.
Exactly. You just walk in there, buy you a drink.
You can just leave your hotel room,
Right.
or wherever you're staying. If you're staying in a friend's, put a couple beers in your pocket or some booze, and as long as you're in a plastic cup, you're good.
Right. Or you just buy the beer, then walk around the corner, and whoever you give it to is cool.
It's true.
So, that's sort of what I heard we might have done. We might have done. Not have done. I cannot admit to any illegal activity on a podcast. So, as far as I can go with that subject.
Don't be a rat.
I'm going to be a rat. I'm not a rat. Like some people we know.
Some people we know. Rats.
Rats. But it was pretty fun. Went at Mr. Bistro's. It's a pretty good little restaurant.
Is that in the French Quarter?
Yeah.
So did y'all go other places in the French Quarter while you were there?
We went to a real nice park. I think it's called, it's across from Tulane University. That's where they're filming a movie with Drew Barrymore in it. It's called The Stand-In. And it's pretty neat to walk through movies. That happens every once in a while in New Orleans. They do a lot of movies. I read they're fishing to do The Purge in New Orleans. Film some of The Purge,
Oh, really?
The Purge in New Orleans.
That'd be cool.
But, so anyway, we never saw Drew Barrymore. We didn't recognize any of the actors, but we did walk through the set a couple of times because it was right on our way walking where we parked our car.
I saw your wife had posted on Facebook something about, it was a voodoo shop maybe, and
Yeah.
I guess years before when you guys have been there, you saw Michael Caine.
Well, what's funny story about that is he actually went to the top of the voodoo shop to take a nap while they were filming because he was an old fart back then. I don't know how old he is now, but so he wanted to take a nap, and they locked him in the voodoo shop.
In the back of the voodoo shop?
In the attic of the voodoo shop, he went up there to take a nap, and he slept.
That's an odd place to want to take a nap.
Shit. Well, Michael Caine's a weird dude, probably. But so he was taking a nap, and he fell asleep. So they didn't get him to the next morning.
Yeah, he probably had some crazy dreams.
Probably did.
Oh, that's cool.
But,
How was the weather down there? Hot?
it was 92 degrees the first day,
Better than here. It was cold while you guys were gone.
and it was in the second day it was real windy, but not quite cold, but almost. So it was nice.
Did you sit down and talk to any street musicians this time?
No, we didn't do that time. The last time I sat down and talked to a street musician, he plays guitar for a while, and we just talked a lot of crap. He was he said he used to work for Shooter Jennings, did some mounds with him. And it sounded
Like
like,
for real, because we have a guy here in Roanoke that, he's worked with all sorts of rappers and been their managers and
well,
stuff.
this guy seemed a little bit more legitimate. He could
Okay.
actually play an instrument.
Oh, well.
So, but he sounded like a pretty cool dude. And anyway, I didn't meet any street performers this time. We did see some street performers, and my wife thought they were singing that John Prine song, "You Got Married to."
It was our cake cutting song.
Cake-cutting song.
In spite of ourselves.
And this song sounded a lot like, when I first heard it, I thought that was that song, but it was very similar.
It's basic chords.
Yeah, but I mean, the lyrics were very similar too. But it was sort of like the same idea of duet, and Wayne and Woman was saying about how crazy they are. So I thought it was that song too. Then Miranda thought it was that song.
But it wasn't?
It wasn't. It was very close though. I probably should know the song, but I couldn't think of
That'd be great if you could get her to the John Prine concert.
Yeah, I think we'll get her.
Yeah. Just lie to her. Tell her you're going to see something else.
Yeah, that's true.
She might not even know.
She won't know.
Until halfway through. Oh, this is John Prine.
John Prine.
You got what else been going on lately?
I don't know. What you been up to?
I went out of town, but not far, just south of Atlanta. Baby doctor. That was
Okay.
about it. Go by
Good deal.
Babies R Us for their big going out of business
Going out of
sale,
business
grab
sale.
some stuff.
I'll find some good stuff.
Maternity store. Got to go there. Real exciting things.
Yeah, that sounds great. I've been there.
New Orleans got nothing on maternity
That's
shopping.
true.
Reading people's crazy Facebook stuff with all the kids protesting. And
Yeah, it's been interesting. I'm trying to get a discussion going with a lot of people who normally wouldn't listen, and I think more folks are listening, so that's good. So.
yeah, it's amazing how many people they talk about how kids don't do anything and kids don't care about anything. And then like the moment like they're actually like starting to do that, they just put it down.
Yeah. Don't listen to those crazy kids. They don't know what they're doing.
And they're like attacking them, and they're actually like at least thinking for once.
Right, exactly.
It's good to
They're
see.
trying. That's what they do. But, and then, for those of you who don't know, that I've always said this when we started. Adam is in Hawaii.
Adam's in Hawaii.
So he's not with us today.
He's with his buddy John Wilbur.
I love John Wilbur.
Packing parachutes.
Packing parachutes. Bama and John Wilbur.
Yeah. Bama.
That's what they call him, Bama, in case y'all didn't know. But anyway.
Hey, we're going to try to talk to him on the phone, aren't we?
Yeah, I think we might be able to work some magic and get him on the phone a little bit.
Sweet. Can't wait to talk to him. We haven't talked to him in
we
over
haven't
a
talked
week.
to him in a while. Maybe we get a hold of him. I think we could afford the long distance. Well, you don't have long distance calls anymore, I guess. It's cell phones, do you? Am I showing my age now?
I don't know what plan we have.
But it's in the continental United States.
We'll probably have to do it on a landline so it doesn't drop out.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Okay. So we'll talk to him a little bit. And,
Before we talk to him, you want to pull one?
Yeah, let's pull a suggestion. We'll end up
suggestion out?
with some good. Maybe we can find get John Wilbur on the phone with that. We'll see what we can do. Okay, first we're going in the sacred suggestion, fan suggestion bowl. We'll have suggestions. So
This
Bill,
is a
what's our
simple one.
suggestion? All right.
All right. It says Rolling Stones or Beatles. So I gather that means if you had to pick one out of the two bands.
Right.
They're obviously both great bands.
Yes, I agree.
And I'm thinking that's why they're probably both written on here. If you had to pick one or the other to listen to, which one would you choose? Kevin, which one would you do?
Well, I'm a big Stones fan.
Yeah?
So Stones would be my route. But what would you do, Bill?
That's a tough decision.
I'm thinking you'd lean more towards Beatles. It's my guess.
I kind of would, but I think Stones, their catalog is bigger.
That's true. Now they have a lot more options.
I'm kind of, I would call it 51-49 Stones.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both legends, but I give it to the Stones because they're still doing it.
Yeah.
And I mean, Paul McCartney's still doing it, and Ringo Starr, he's actually going on tour this summer,
Is
like with an all-star band.
He's a knight now, right?
He's a what?
He's been knighted.
Ringo Starr?
Yeah.
I don't know if he's knighted. Paul McCartney is. He's
I
Sir
thought
Paul
Ringo
McCartney.
was. I think.
They should knight Ringo.
I think they just recently did, if I'm not
Really?
mistaken.
He should. If Paul's knighted,
Yeah,
Ringo
I mean,
should be
you know,
knighted. You don't want to leave him out.
Yeah, but that's not the original Paul. So the second, he's part of.
It's fake Paul.
This is the fake. The fake Paul is pretty good to be the fake Paul. You know, he's not the original. But
What's
anyway,
your favorite Rolling Stone song then?
I don't know. I was thinking about that earlier tonight. My favorite album is Beggar's Banquet, so I guess it'd have to be off of Beggar's Banquet.
Wouldn't have to be.
Wouldn't have to be,
but-
I guess. But my favorite Rolling Stone song is No Expectations.
No Expectations.
Yeah, maybe. I'll take that back. Maybe Sympathy for the Devil.
Eh,
Oh.
Gee, where are they?
Somebody's getting arrested, I think, outside. Something. Hold on.
So we had to stop for a second. We saw police lights, and then the phone rang, and my dad was on the line. And apparently our Dollar General here in our town just got robbed.
No.
So be on the lookout. Be great if he'd run by here.
Yeah, that'd be
get some
nice.
reward money.
Well, we could interview him also.
Yeah, we're going to interview him.
Of course.
So why did you rob the Dollar General?
And why
Walmart's
did you?
across the street.
They got a lot more money, and
And he just look for the person running with a lot of dollar bills.
all right. Oh shoot.
Like they don't even let you pay with over a 20, do they?
And yeah, they do. I don't know.
You go there a lot. This
I go
time
there
of
a
night.
lot.
Thank God we're doing this podcast. You could have been there.
Well, here lately, I go to our other establishment that stays open until 9, which is WM Groceries.
Yeah.
So here lately, that's my usually end up there because we're usually out by 9.
They might contact us and ask us never to mention their name again.
Yeah. So we're trying to sell.
I like their store though. We love going to their store.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'd rather go there than Walmart any day.
yeah, the average business will probably pay us not to mention their name. So
Probably.
if you want to send us a check,
Yeah, if you want to pay us not to talk about you.
we don't mind.
And where can they send that to?
We don't have it. Well,
They can do it through
they can do it through
Patreon?
Patreon for a monthly fee. We won't talk about your business.
Yes. We'll talk about it for free, but if you don't want us to talk about
Right.
it, it's going to cost you. You hear that? Amazon, Google,
That's right.
Trump.
Trump.
Like he needs another court case.
Yeah.
He can't even get a lawyer right now. He says that he can. He can get all the best lawyers.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, I mean, who would want a client that has a hard time not
Listening.
listening and not
Just doing what he
shutting up?
wants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not the word. I mean, that's not the world's worst client. I mean, you want somebody who's going to at least listen to it once in a while and say, "Don't say this," or
Do you
just
remember
don't
Jim
comment.
Carrey, the movie Yes Man?
Yeah.
And he was a lawyer.
Oh yeah.
And he was in court and he couldn't lie.
Yeah, he couldn't lie.
Yeah, that didn't go well. He's like the yes man, but
Yeah.
he's the client. Like he's just gonna give everything away.
That was pretty good.
Well, hopefully the authorities catch the guy. Robin's not cool,
Yes,
so hope they get him off the streets.
that's true.
And I don't know if I don't think anybody was hurt. I didn't hear anybody was, but hopefully nobody was hurt.
Hopefully not.
But, have we got the phone working to try to get a hold of Biscuit?
Yes. Let's pause and see if we can hook up the phone, and then we'll start it back up. We lost this one somehow, but anyway.
Is it plugged in?
Shit, I don't know. I don't know what happened. It wasn't all the way plugged
Oh,
in.
you know what? It
What?
wasn't. Did you just push that up?
Well, I pulled it out a little bit. Is the green light
Is that what you tell Miranda?
on? Yeah. Was it just a little bit?
Yeah, I pulled it out a little bit.
A little bit. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to try to connect to Adam. So let's see if this works. Okay.
What time is it in Hawaii?
I don't know. That's a good question.
We're 6 hours behind us.
Sounds.
So about 3. They're probably still. They might be wrapping up their workday. I don't know what hours they keep.
Yeah.
I've never been to a parachute drop zone.
Neither.
No, I don't go into one either.
Oh man.
I go to a party at one. I'm not
All right.
leaving.
Okay. Okay. Let's take it. This might be the problem. We can take this off here. And let's. Yeah, that might be the problem. Need to pick this mic. Okay. Testing.
I've got a funny joke while we're waiting.
Okay. What's your joke?
Why did the guy cross the road?
Why did the guy cross the road?
'Cause his dick was stuck in the chicken.
Jackie tell you that one?
No, I got that off Gilbert Gottfried's Facebook page.
That's pretty screwed up. I like that. Okay. Let's see. Hello. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot you can't switch while you're recording. So hold on for a second. Testing.
I don't hear anything.
I don't hear shit. Okay.
Hello. We're just having all sorts of.
Okay. Can you hear me?
I don't hear anything.
I don't hear anything, but I think it's recording. I wonder why we're not hearing it though. Okay.
This is Adam's microphone.
Adam,
Hey guys,
how's it going?
it's going good.
Hey,
I'm
you
in
haven't.
Hawaii.
Well, how's John doing?
John's doing well.
Well, I'm glad we found that connection going, Adam.
Yeah, what?
I'm glad we finally got our audio working and we can hear
Yes, me and Wilbur are connected. How'd you know? You don't have a camera on us?
you. I could tell you liked him a lot.
Well, let me tell you, I lost my backpack on the plane.
He did what?
I lost my backpack. Can
You
you
lost-
hear me?
Yeah, you lost your backpack.
Yeah. You know, I told you I like to put my luggage in first class.
Yeah, so how'd that work this trip?
One of those rich fuckers took my shit.
What rich fucker wants 2 T-shirts,
Really?
1 pair of underwear,
They're gonna be
1 belt?
and a half a fucking toothbrush.
And then a toothbrush, pre-toothpaste. Damn, boy.
So, all I have is my t-shirt and my blue jeans.
Well, did you keep your Is Anybody in Here podcast T-shirt?
That's all I have.
That's all you have? Well, at least you got that.
It's brown now.
It's brown.
Yeah, well, it was a white t-shirt. But
Dude.
now it's brown because I haven't bathed.
Well, let me ask you this, Adam. I just realized this. Do you think somebody who heard our podcast would really want somebody on our podcast packing their chute?
Packing their shit? What?
Shoot.
Probably not.
Probably not. Okay.
So, how you guys been? I miss y'all.
We miss you, Adam.
Hopefully I'm coming back. But, me and Wilbur got married.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Gay marriage is legal here.
Is that legal in Hawaii? I mean, some states frown against that.
We went down to the Livingstone's church.
All right.
It's really cool. We both had on lace. That's all we had on.
Okay. Well, that's great. Well, did you
What?
enjoy any macadamia nuts, or just
Nuts? I enjoyed a lot of nuts.
or just John's?
Well, macadamia nuts, then John nuts. Then we go pick pineapples together.
That sounds wonderful.
Yeah, it's very romantic.
That's great.
And occasionally mushrooms. Which we may or may not be on, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. Well,
How's the
thanks.
weather there in Bama?
Hey, Adam.
Hey, Bill. You kind of sound like Dawson. Huh?
Do you know which mic you're talking to, Adam?
No.
You seem sort of confused.
I think Adam's enjoying the mushrooms out in Hawaii.
Something's going on. He thinks he's Bill or Bessie or something. Dang. This is crazy.
So, what time do you guys start work in the morning?
At the crack of dawn, I start packing parachutes.
You're a dawn packer. All right.
After a good night of lovemaking with Wilbur, we watch the sun come up. They're really tickling.
Woo! I think we have a bad connection. Adam's voice is deeper than normal.
I was wondering what happened there.
He's laughing. I can hear him laughing. You hear that in the background?
Yes, he must have got a.
I think Wilbur's tickling him.
Stop, Wilbur!
Oh, he must have had a.
Or is he at a pageant?
Adam, stop.
Okay. So, Adam, when do you think you'll be returning home from your parachute packing excursion?
I think a week.
A week? That sounds good. You don't want to stay in Hawaii? I think I might stay in Hawaii if I had a chance.
No, I've got a lot of things to take apart. But you know what I mean. I I've got a computer screen, a TV, a ladder, and a pallet that I've got to get to it. It's bothering me.
Yeah, still got a washing machine if you want to take apart. You never can.
Ooh, yay!
And I still think it'd make a good place to sleep, you know.
Probably. I can give it a try. Yeah, I'm coming back, what's today? Wednesday? Yeah, a week and a half I think I'll be back. Maybe 2 weeks. I don't
Okay.
know, I don't really plan stuff. I just go along with the flow.
I understand that. That's what I admire about you, Adam.
I still have to go back through San Francisco.
Have you been documenting your trip in your journal?
My journal? No, you asshole. It was in my backpack that that rich fucker took.
So they stole your journal.
Imagine when they start reading that. Whoa, these mushrooms, Jesus. It comes in waves.
So did y'all pick those mushrooms like on your hike?
Yep. There's no snakes in Hawaii.
There's no what? Snakes?
Except for the ones in Wilbur's pants. Oh, you know what I mean?
Oh, shit.
Wow, you guys really developed a close relationship out there, didn't
Yeah,
you?
Bama and the Wilbur. That sounds good.
Yeah. It just kind of happened organically.
That's good.
Well, I gotta get back to
Packing?
what?
To packing?
Packing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, parachutes.
Oh, shit.
Oh shoot.
Okay.
Oh, I hope that guy didn't jump with that pack. Fuck.
Oh, man.
Oh, it's gonna be his last job. Oh. That shouldn't be funny.
Okay. So, well, thanks for calling, Adam. I think we need to let you go because these charges are going to be pretty outrageous on this thing.
The charges? What am I being charged with? Did y'all rat me out for the mushrooms? Wilbur, we gotta leave.
Shit. Okay. Well, it's nice talking to you, and tell Wilbur I said hi.
Bye, Adam.
Bye. So, that was Adam.
Hello,
Hello, you still here?
Adam.
Okay, I
He's
think
gone.
Adam's gone now.
Maybe he'll be back mentally and physically.
It took us, we unfortunately I don't get to hear all the effort put into getting Adam on the phone, but it was
It was hard.
it was horrible. But almost horrible as having to listen to Adam on the phone.
It was a horrible connection. Man,
But I thought he sounded a little bit more macho. He's toughening up since
yeah,
been
he's
in Hawaii.
toughened up,
Yeah,
packing parachutes,
packing
being out
parachutes.
there with
And, got him a good romance going on, and he's learning shit.
Bama. It's toughened
Bama.
up.
Toughen up. All right.
A little bit of Hawaii and a little bit of mushrooms apparently would toughen you
That'll
up.
help a lot.
All right, well, I've got to get heading home.
Yeah.
That long distance phone call took a long time.
It did take a long time.
It was like the phone call with, you remember MASH with Radar?
Yeah.
Like whenever they had to call somebody, you had to like wind the phone up. Yeah, that's what that
Yeah,
felt
they had to
like.
wind the phone up, didn't they?
Yeah, they had to wind the phone up. All right.
But speaking of MASH,
What about MASH?
did you know the TV series lasted longer than the actual war?
Yeah, the war was less than 3 years.
Yeah.
3 years at top.
I just thought that was interesting.
It was like
fact.
11 seasons. They packed
Yeah.
11 seasons into 3 years.
So,
and how many characters did they go through? How many winter times? Think about it. That exposes the show right there.
No
They
shit.
went through 11 winter times in 3 years, which in Alabama that's possible.
Yeah, we've been through 4 this month.
It'll be summer, winter,
summer, winter.
spring, all in 1 week.
Exactly.
95 to 40.
Okay. Well, I guess that wraps it up, and we actually learned how to do something tonight, maybe.
Yeah, our next podcast is going to have our buddy Tim.
And
we got delayed a week.
Okay.
Kevin forgot he was going on vacation.
I don't know where I'm going half the time.
Yeah, that's true.
But so we'll be able to do 3 mics, and maybe I muted him.
Okay.
I'll turn it back. It's all back on
Hey, can I still?
there. I can still hear you, Adam. You're calling back again. You know, hey, well, Adam, you're seems the expert on topics Tim knows. We already know he's big on Lincoln. He's big on conspiracy theories. Is there anything else that we can talk about on a podcast he's interested in?
Lincoln Logs.
What?
Lincoln Logs. You know, Lincoln Logs.
Welcome.
Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln.
This connection is pretty bad. I'm not sure what he's saying.
Lincoln. 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 I can't spell.
I think Adam's having a little bit more fun than he should have on the phone call. Damn, I hurt my ears. Okay,
I'm never
oh, well.
How's Tim doing?
Bill.
Adam's fucked up. Oh, my God.
What was you saying?
How many mushrooms did you eat?
Just a handful.
Shit.
I don't think you're. What? What?
I don't think you're supposed to eat that many. I don't know if you should be eating them at all, but I don't think you're supposed to have like a whole handful of mushrooms.
Too late. Bye.
Bye, Adam.
Do they work over there? Or are they just partying?
I don't know. It sounds like just party over there.
I've seen a picture of him on was it Facebook? I got a message from Wilbur.
Yeah.
There's a picture of Adam in front of a waterfall. Then a picture of him sitting on a plane.
For some reason, I'm blocked from those posts. I'm not sure why.
Because you're a creepy dude.
Probably because I'm a creepy dude. But
John Wilbur, if you hear this, will you please be friends with Kevin on Facebook?
Yeah.
And if the other John Wilbur ever hears this, will you please be friends with Kevin on Facebook?
Well, he didn't block, I think. But anyway, and I changed my profile from a stick figure to me and my wife at a wedding. So
you seem like a respectable person.
I seem a little bit less shady now. So that could have been. I can't blame her.
Putting your wife in there helps.
Yeah, you know, she has
Brings a little bit of normalcy to you.
Yeah, she looks a little bit more normal than I do.
Prettier.
Not much prettier. Nah, she is pretty.
Yeah. So hopefully the other John Wilbur will accept your friend request.
Once we get really, really big and famous, he'll say, damn.
So we were going through trying to find John Wilbur, Adam's friend on Facebook, and Adam's not a big Facebook person, so he wasn't really of help. And Kevin and I are searching through John
Adam was
Wilbur's.
screwing with me.
And so he pulls up this picture. There's like this guy's profile picture is like, if you ever saw Seinfeld and the episode where George Costanza he wants to make a sexy photo for the girl at the photo place. And so Kramer takes these photos of him and he's like posing on the couch and like trying to be sexy pose.
Or if you're just, I'll picture I don't know, if you're not a big Kramer fan or Seinfeld fan, picture
an old Melania Trump pose?
No. A Greek Roman person sitting on a bed being fed.
Being fed with grapes. You know.
That's the sort of the pose he had, and I thought it was a pretty cool pose.
Yeah, so this other John Wilbur, that was his picture, and so we're like, is that him? And Adam walks over, yeah, that's him.
So I friended him, and he never took my friend.
Yeah, and then Adam walks back, yeah, that's not him. So Adam, Kevin just sent the wrong John Wilbur friend request and hasn't heard back from him, which we're kind of hoping that he will friend you because he seems like a cool person if he makes that his
Exactly, I thought it was pretty hip.
If you ever hear this, friend Kevin.
Yeah.
And you can find us on Facebook at...
Yeah, you can find us a lot of different places. Does anybody here podcast? We have a website, isanybodyinhere.com. And also, if you want to give us money for being cool and good looking and handsome, and which I'm sure we can't tell, but we are.
Very handsome. The handsomest.
The handsomest. You can donate to our cause and help cover service costs and other expenses that involve in this.
And any businesses or people that don't want us to mention their name.
We will also take gratuity to leave your name out of our podcast.
Yeah, we will not talk about it.
For example, John Wilbur might be interested in giving us $1 a month, and we'll have to mention him every podcast. But I don't know if we could do a podcast that mentioned John Wilbur.
You know who else we haven't mentioned?
Who's that?
Think about it.
Think about it.
Somebody's been
Tim.
brought up. Well, not Tim.
Oh, we've never mentioned?
Yeah.
Okay, on the podcast.
Every time he's been brought up somehow.
Oh, of course. Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp.
I wonder what Johnny Depp's up to now. He's probably drinking his $30,000 a month wine.
It's not just.
Is that what we figured out?
It was $30,000 a month.
$30,000 a month. He's probably sipping on that. Well, hopefully he's gone to Yellowtail. If I was drinking that much wine, I'd knock it down a couple of notches.
Yellowtail?
Yeah.
Hopefully he doesn't make it all the way down to Boone's.
Yeah, maybe he'll stay above.
Can you
Boone's.
imagine if he bought $30,000 worth of Boone's farm?
Shit. You would be taking baths and.
Oh, God.
God dang.
Did you ever used to drink Boone's?
Yeah, I've tried it a few times.
When I was in high school, I mean, I'm not. I am ashamed, but I'm not. Yeah, I would drink that, and we would have Colt 45, a double deuce of that. So that would be like my normal thing, going out, because you have to get somebody at the liquor store.
Right, yeah, you got to get your stuff.
So, yeah, you got to just have somebody buy it for you. So you just try to make it easy. Yeah, just Boone's Farm and some Colt 45.
I'm trying to think what I drank when I was younger.
When you were a young girl?
When I was a young
Is that
girl,
what you said when you were a young
girl? I think I know
You really blossomed.
I know Mad Dog 2020. I mean, a friend of mine drank that, but I'm trying to remember what the first drink I drank.
Your very first alcoholic beverage, what was it?
Probably some form of beer.
Now, a taste of or actually drinking? Because my parents would give. I'm not going to say it. Never mind.
Yeah,
never mind. We're not going to go there.
We're not going to go there. I was in the same situation.
They'd give me Bible lessons. That's what
Yeah.
I was about to say.
All right. Give me
But
about
the first time I ever, let me see, tried beer at my friend's house in, God, I don't remember how old I was. 7th grade, maybe. He got
Sounds
some
about
beer
right.
from his dad. It was a Budweiser.
When did you start driving the?
When do you start driving?
Yeah.
It depends. If you do it legally.
Legally, 10th grade, 9th grade. I don't know. Yeah, that sounds about.
Yeah, it depends how many times you fail, too.
Yeah, that's true too.
I actually didn't start driving until I was a junior. I have an early birthday.
I started driving
Late
second
birthday.
second grade because I was 16.
First grade's so fucking tough.
It was hell. I made it to 7th before I quit. But
First thing you got drunk off of?
shoot. Well, I won't say it's the first thing I got drunk, but the most memorable drunk experience in my teenage years was
No, the first thing you got drunk off of.
first thing I got drunk off of. I don't know, maybe Hunch Punch is what I'm thinking.
What's Hunch Punch?
Hunch Punch, you know what Hunch Punch is?
No, I don't know what Hunch Punch
It's
is.
some concoction that involves a lot of vodka, a lot of red Kool-Aid, and I don't know what else.
That sounds like jungle juice.
Basically,
something.
probably. And yeah, that's what we call Hunch Punch. And I was at a party, this dude's named Boozer, so you know you were.
His last name was Boozer?
We all called him Boozer.
I know people their last name is Boozer.
Maybe
It's the
his
greatest last name.
That is a cool last name.
They're really nice people.
I'm not sure if that was a nickname or his real name, come to think of it.
When I met these people, I didn't know. I was like, I had to say, it was like,
I
that really your
s-
last name?
I assume it was a nickname because that's the way he rolled. I'm not sure, come to think of it.
My first time drunk was spent the night at my friend's house, and his parents had like a kind of like a bar set up, and we took out of it some Jack Daniels, some champagne, and there's probably a half a 2-liter of Coke, and we had a couple of beer bottles. I don't even remember what the beers were. They were in a bottle. We took them with us. We walked around the neighborhood in the middle of the night, just fucking drinking champagne and Jack Daniels.
That's a rough ride.
That was a fun night. Oh, that was my first drunk experience.
Oh, I don't even remember my first drunk experience I can recall.
But I don't think I was hungover the next day. I might have been like a little bit, but
yeah.
That was the first time. I think I was in 8th grade, maybe. I think it was in 8th grade. But yeah, champagne and Jack Daniels. That's the way to kick it off.
I used to drink in my day. I like drink Daniels every once in a while, but here lately, I really don't drink a lot of liquors.
Yeah, liquor.
I'm just not into it unless it's a mixed drink or something. Well, I do drink. I do like.
See, I'm opposite. Like,
yeah.
When I was younger, I loved the mixed drinks. I'd rather not have a mixed drink now. I mean, if somebody offers it to me, that's one thing. But I'd rather just sip on some bourbon.
Well, I'd rather. I used to drink Jack and water was my big drink, and I guess I haven't drank it so long. It might be pretty good, but I guess my favorite drink I got on mute, but is probably in honor of the Big Lebowski, a White Russian here lately. I've been trying those a lot. I like those a lot.
Is that because you've been brainwashed by trolls on Facebook with all the Russians? Like, now all of a sudden you're drinking White Russians?
Yeah, it might be. It might just be that I follow the Big Lebowski page. Yes.
That's a great movie.
You know, he was in. Speaking of that movie, he was in every scene of that movie.
Really?
Yeah. They say even the one where they're sitting in the restaurant plotting what they're going to do to him, he's in the back. He's almost in every. I think that don't sound right though. I think he was almost in every scene. He's in the restaurant. But don't they have a scene where they're in the apartment?
Yeah, they have a scene where in the house part, and the lady's doing that crazy painting from like the zip line.
Yeah, but he's in that scene.
No, he wasn't in that scene.
He screwed her at the end of that scene. Remember?
But was he in it yet?
I don't know. That's a good question. But they say I ought to go out and watch it. They said he drank like 12 drinks in that movie.
Dropped 12 drinks.
12 White Russians.
I wonder if that's where Trailer Park Boys, one of the characters on there, he always has a drink.
Yeah, he's always had a drink. He might be doing.
So I wonder if that got inspired from the Big Lebowski. I'll have to look that up and see.
Yeah, he's always got a. I think
which a plug for them. They start up Friday.
And what I love about Trailer Park Boys is, I thought, in Alabama, redneckism was something we held sacred, and didn't veer off. I mean, it goes maybe to Tennessee But I was amazed that it goes to Canada.
Now, the rednecks are everywhere. The difference is,
blew my mind.
Here, you just have racist rednecks.
Oh, okay. Well, they're not. Well, yeah. I guess they haven't dealt with it. But I mean, that blew my mind because the first time I watched it, I said, "These guys, I don't know where they're from." Then I found they're from Canada. I said, "Damn, they're pretty." I've always been this dude who's, if you ask me to want to hang out with Canadian, I'd say, from what I know, I said, I don't think it'd be a great opportunity, but I'm willing to try.
Yeah.
But after seeing Trailer Park Boys, hell, man, I want to hang out with some damn Canadians.
And remember, if you don't want us talking about Trailer Park Boys, you can always send us money and we won't talk about it.
Always what?
Send us money and we won't talk about it.
Trailer Park Boys, you don't endorse your show, get on our Patreon page. And for $50 a month, we won't mention you.
Yeah, that's cheap.
Yeah.
It's easy. All right, well.
Okay.
I got to get home to the fam.
Yeah, I know how it feels. That's why I got to get there, too. It's just nice that we finally learned how to work our equipment, maybe. Don't forget that.
That's what she said.
That little R button might be the trick. That means record.
That was a good that's what she said. I didn't think you heard it.
Yeah, I did.
You said we finally learned how to work our equipment.
All right. Yeah.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. Okay. I enjoyed that. It's very sweet. But the R might be the trick. Okay.
You think?
Maybe. See, the only guy that's working is you. But anyway, as long as it's working, I don't care.
I wonder how long Adam's going to be messed up for.
I don't know.
He had a handful. That's. Whew.
Yeah, man. He sounded pretty bad on the phone. I'm worried about it.
I really hope they were done packing parachutes.
Yeah. And
because I'd hate to be the one on the last plane up. Whoever gets that parachute. Hoping a bunch of flowers come flying out.
Well,
Is anybody in here podcasters?
Or some chickens.
Live or dead?
I thought we had this discussion 2 or 3 podcasts ago.
Thought we were going to have our friend Jackie in. She's going to come in later. We're going to talk to her about some of her life experiences.
Yeah,
she's
I love
she's had
Jackie.
a
She
real-
is so cool. She's she's lived a lot of different
She's
places.
from Michigan.
Michigan?
originally.
Okay.
Lived in Alaska for a while
Yeah.
and L.A.
L.A., okay.
And some really good stories.
Yeah,
from
she
there.
knows a lot of cool people, a lot of cool things.
Yeah. We can talk to her about Corey Feldman.
All right. And
Something's going on with him. It's all in the news today.
oh, for real?
He reported that he got stabbed.
He got stabbed.
Yeah.
He got molested. He's had some. I mean, I like Corey Feldman. don't get me
Well,
wrong.
it
He's always
circles
got-
back to the molesting thing.
Oh, it
Because you know
does?
he's coming out big against like the pedophile
Yeah,
group.
yeah. I
the
mean,
secret pedophile
he's
group.
been talking about that for like 10 years.
Well, he says
Nobody
it was
listened
in
to him.
revenge to that, but the police say there's no lacerations on him. He checked himself into a hospital.
Yeah. I heard you talking about lacerations earlier today. I didn't
Yeah.
really catch.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well.
Okay. Adam.
Oh man, they're going to be tripping for a couple days. I think.
No joke. He thinks
They must be off tomorrow. They wouldn't do that if they were working.
Okay, there you
It's a good thing we never said where they work.
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't. Did we?
Probably not.
Probably not anyway.
So. But if you hear about somebody's parachute not opening,
Oh, shit.
it was not them.
Disclaimer. We may or may have not talked to anybody involved in any parachute operation
Yeah.
on this podcast.
I'm sure it was a Trump company.
Yeah, I think, yeah, that was it.
Trump skydiving.
Trump skydiving. Exactly. That was the name. Okay.
Trump.
Okay. I guess that's it. And hate to stop, but everything
Yeah,
seems to
we
be
gotta
working
go.
for a change. We do have to go.
Do you remember what you did?
Yeah, I hit the button that says R. I think that means record.
Yeah, it takes us 30 to 40 minutes just to get ready for a podcast.
I've never had to do that, I don't think, but it seems like pressing the record button works pretty good.
Well,
But this is two record buttons. There's one there and there's one there, but maybe that's the main one. Okay.
well, our next podcast, we're going to have our buddy Tim. He's our local
Yeah.
sportscaster
Tim Altor.
and sports writer. He does the
Yes.
sportscasting for our local college team now.
Local Lincoln.
Local Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln expert. I think
Conspiracy
that's what
expert.
Adam was trying to say
Yeah.
earlier.
Yeah.
I think it was
That-
saying
oh, that's
Lincoln
what his-
Logs.
Oh, Lincoln Logs.
So he's also a Lincoln Log expert.
The phone connection was going pretty bad, and I lost track.
Pretty bad. It's a long ways away.
I thought he was trying to spell colon, but I didn't really want any more details out of figuring that part out.
I thought I heard something about anal beads and logs
Yeah, I heard colon and logs, and that's all I really wanted to hear. So
and Wilbur.
I just kept going. I just sort of ignored it from there.
And did he say they got gay married?
I don't know, or it could
Which
be.
I don't know why he would say gay married as
Yeah,
opposed to
exactly.
just married. It's just married.
Yeah, it's
Who
married. I mean,
cares?
we're cool about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people
Progressive.
frown upon it, but who cares? If you're against it,
Hey,
don't get married to a gay person.
it's like my favorite quote is Danny DeVito, Always Sunny in Philadelphia. He said, "If the gays want to be miserable, shit, let them." I thought that was hilarious.
That's not funny.
But, you know, it wasn't funny, but well, it was Danny DeVito, so I laughed.
All right. Well, next time we'll have Tim.
Tim Altort,
Tim Altor.
the newspaper.
Newspaper,
he's-
sportscaster,
He's a local celebrity
and trivia host.
and trivia
Yeah,
host.
he does
Man,
trivia.
We're moving on up in the
Maybe
world.
he'll ask us a couple of trivia questions when he's on with
Ooh,
us.
he might. He has some. I don't know. He's had some good questions, but every once in a while they suck. But you know,
Well, if they suck, we always have the jar of questions.
exactly. But I
So-
mean, you know, that's just because we don't get them. If I got him, I like
We can just boo him.
them. I just usually boo him.
Mute his mic.
I usually boo him when we get it right, just for the hell of it. So maybe we can boo him too while we have him.
Sweet. Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's the timer.
The timer says it's time to go.
All right. Well, I'm Adam. I'm Bill.
I'm Kevin.
And until next time,
Bye. Concludes Is Anybody in Here for March 30th, 2018, Episode 7. Email anybodyinhere at gmail.com. Webmail anybodyinhere.com. Facebook Anybody In Here Podcast. To support Anybody In Here, look us up on Patreon. It's ZENYBODY in here. Thanks for listening.